Hi, everybody. Welcome to the latest in our Commando Week series. And this time we are up to Soviets and British. And I'm calling this one Sacrifice Commando. So we have our self-destruct package here, Red Banner and Ural Factories, along with our 13th Rifle Regiment's I-15, and then some elites that kind of play in that ball game too. And then we also have our Commandos and our Crusaders and our Night Raids. And for this one, I keep thinking to myself that maybe I want to upgrade or change over one of the Desert Rats you saw before to a Convoy HX 175 or an Atlantic Convoy. I haven't really settled on that yet. The Desert Rats have been really good against burn and some more aggressive decks. So that might be one area you want to upgrade. If you're looking through this, you don't have a 6 airborne guards or something like that, or you can just pretty much grab any big Soviet tank and it fills this role pretty well. And then I like to have the full complement of T-34s because when you sacrifice them with Ural factories, they upgrade in the sixth spot, and the sixth spot's pretty good for Soviets. So I try to keep it 4 and 4 on the T-34s here. And the curve looks a little wonky with all those big tanks in the 5 spot, but when you get to turn 4, 5, 6, either you're dropping a big Soviet tank or you're double ordering and hopefully using your Commandos or your Crusader. So that's what we got for this one. We've had a little bit of trouble with crashes this weekend trying to put this together. So let's get into a battle, see if we can get through a couple matches with Sacrifice Commandos. All right, so our first opponent up here is Muffin Button. So, Desert Rats to help us in the early game, Siberian Transfer. Sure, we'd like to see Ural Factories before we use this Siberian Transfer, but I think we'll throw this Night Raid back, see what else we can pick up. Okay, From the People's good. So, right now we're on a very traditional control plan. Kill anything that our opponent plays, then draw some cards with our convoy. Hopefully the top of our deck is nice to us. So Muffin Button, you are up, sir. What are you up to, Muffin Button? Alright. Nothing we want to play just yet, so pass turn back. We top deck the Commando, though, so that's good. Alright, so looks like they're also on a more controlling game plan. We don't want to play a naked Commando, so we're just going to pass the turn back here. See what Muffin Button is up to. Alright, so a Chaffee. That's interesting. Unfortunately for Muffin Button, we're going to go Commando and then Desert Rats on their Chaffee. Take it out. So one elite card down here. They're checking out our Commando. Alright, so they'll bomb it with a Skua, which is a good play. And that kind of stinks. We would like to have our Commando out there for a Bloody Sickle, but oh well. Can't have everything in life. Alright, let's use a From the People on the Skua. And then we're going to just pass the turn back here. We're taking out 2 pretty good units for them. Alright, have a Hurricane too. Alright, so we'll go I-15. And then let's drill that. Well, I want to kind of hold on to Desert Rats for our Crusader later on, so we're going to actually From the People the Hurricane. Char the Hurricane. But we have our fighter out there now. We can start pinging in into this 5th Brigade. Alright, so they have the 2-pounder. Alright, I think we're going to have to get rid of that 2-pounder. Let's go with a T-34 and then a Desert Rats to take out the 2-pounder. Because the 2-pounder could cause us a little bit of trouble later on. You hold on to our Bloody Sickle until the last minute. Alright, so they have a convoy of their own. Still feeling okay. This T-34 might dominate the battlefield here. And I mean, from what we've seen from our opponent, they're going to at least have to probably spend an order to take it out. So we get to draw a card. So a couple of convoys for our opponent. Alright, so now we get to go. I'm going to hold these 6 airborne guards until we have a Ural Factories or a red banner. Let's just roll with our T-34. Blow away those 5th guards, or 5th Brigade. Let's poke the Baruch Regiment. Alright, so we get another T-34. Alright, let's get a strafing run in at the HQ. And we'll pass the turn. Because we're going to start rolling large with some big tanks here in just a second. See what they got, though. Alright, another 5th Brigade. Good play. Give them a little bit of breathing room. And another 2-pounder, so we don't have an immediate answer for this other 2-pounder. Quite the predicament we are in. Let's see. The 2-pounder only does +1 attack, so it's only going to be doing 1 to our T-34. Let's get rid of this 5th Brigade, because now the HQ is vulnerable. Then we're going to do a Crusader and a Convoy. We draw an extra card off our Crusader, and we'll see, maybe the 2-pounder will go after the Crusader. Well, I guess it can't because we have smokescreen on it. So even if the 2-pounder starts picking away at our T-34, it's only going to be doing 1 damage a turn because of heavy armor, so we're feeling okay. Message here, sorry about that. Alright, back in action, sorry. So 2-pounder attacked our T-34, so that's fine. Let's see, we have plenty of things. So the SCUA also got it, so we pinned our T-34, huh? Okay. Well, let's see, we have 9 credits to use. We drew a Ural Factories, so let's see, that'd be 5 to put out the 6 guards, 7, 9 to attack the HQ. So we can't really do much with that. Well, let's use our Night Raid. Let's start with our Night Raid. Let's do that first. Alright, a death from above is interesting, to say the least. Let's get another Commando out there. Let's take out the 2-pounder. Do some more damage all around. And let's, well, we can't really upgrade our I-15 yet, so instead we'll just attack with it. Alright, pass turn back. Alright, so see what Muffin Button's up to at this point. Contemplating as well. So they'll bomb our T-34. It's still alive though, so they're gonna have to attack. Alright, so a T-34 did a lot of work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand for us. Alright, so they have a Churchill. So we will, let's see, they're down 2 credits now, so we'll see what they do. Alright, and then a Greyhound. We kind of want to trade some of our stuff off here. We're a little bit choked on our support line here, so let's start off by... do we want to do that? Alright, let's start off with a death from above. Let's take something out on their side. Alright, taking out the Greyhound's good. Then let's move up the I-15, which seems a little counterintuitive, but we actually just want the spot in our support line here, and if this blows up, it's going to drop the I-16 up there, so we're actually going to go and blow it up with a Ural Factories, get 2 units out of it, and one of them in the front line. And it's a nice one, that 84th. So, let's just pass the turn at this point. Got lots of big tanks in our hand that we're happy about. We're very happy to get them into the fight. Our I-16 covers our HQ from the SCUA. Alright, so Desert Rats against our Crusader. That's okay. Crusader's done his job. It's drawn us multiple extra cards. Hurricane comes in. We'll trade off there. Sure thing. I would imagine the SCUA is going to go after our HQ. Maybe not. Alright, so SCUA comes in, and Churchill comes in, but our intrepid 84th Infantry will hold that front line. Let's see. Well, at this point, I think what we want to do is go with a Siberian transfer. It's going to do a little bit of damage too, since it's an order. Move up our T-34. Let's blow something up. I think we're going to attack that Churchill. Doesn't blow it up, but it does some pretty significant damage to it, which is what we want. And we're going to go with a night raid here. And we get the Churchill, which is what we really were hoping for. Could have played some of our bigger tanks here, but that used up all our credits as efficiently as we could. And now we have 3 Commandos, so every order we play is doing at least 3 damage to some combination of the enemy. They're going to bomb out our 84th Infantry Regiment. Makes sense. Alright, and then they have a B-17, so that's dangerous. Gets one of our Commandos, and they protect it with a 5th Brigade, so well played. We have tons of stuff we can do, though. So I think first thing we're going to do is we're going to pin the B-17 and do some damage all over. Alright, so 5th Brigade down. Then we're going to play our 6th Airborne Guards. We're going to roll in with our T-34. Blow up the 5th Brigade. Then we're going to upgrade that T-34 since it's going down anyway. Do a couple more points of damage. Get a nice big KV 1939 out there. Pass the turn back. So that was a pretty good turn for us. Pretty happy with where we're standing right now. We definitely have to get this B-17 out of here though. So hopefully our KV makes it through this turn. Long Tom. Ooh, I haven't seen a Long Tom in action yet. So they come after our HQ with their Hurricane. Alright, they bomb our KV. Okay, we're feeling okay here still. So let's get that B-17 off the board with a KV attack. Then we'll drop our T-34. And we'll take out the Long Tom. Oh, take out the Long Tom. And that's going to do it for our turn, but we will move our 6 guards up. So we had our opponent down to 1 card, 2 units on the battlefield, lots of cards in our hand still, and they scoop it up. So that'll do it. So first one's a win for Red Commando. See you in the next one. Alright, so up here for game 2 with, I think I misspoke last time. This is Sacrifice Commandos. Red Commandos was the last video. Alright, so we're up against Daniel Santos, so good luck to Daniel. We really like both of these, but I think we're going to throw them both back to hopefully get something a little lower on our curve, and a Commando and a Ural Factories is exactly what we're talking about. The one good thing, or one of the differences here with this setup of the deck is you can go turn 2 commando into a bloody sickle and get some value out of that commando right away. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, we'll get rid of the pack 36 that our opponent played there. All right, so we drew a big tank we can't do much with, so we'll pass the turn. All right, so our opponent passes it right back to us. We're actually going to get the 13th Rifle Regiment out there. I usually go I-15 on turn 2 if I can, but I want to see how this one goes. See what else Daniel's up to. All right, nothing yet from our opponent, so let's move our Rifle Regiment up. Now we'll drop our I-15. And again, just masking what our plan is with the Commandos as best we can. All right, so a 24-pounder for Daniel. Let's get a commando out there, and then we're going to go a Desert Rats on the 24-pounder, just to pin it. All right, and then let's get an attack at their HQ in. We could have traded off there, but since it's pinned, I'm going to wait till next turn, mostly because I still have a Desert Rats if I need it. If they drop a guard unit, if they drop a Churchill here, I can still take out that cannon, which is the real threat. All right, so they did exactly that, so let's take out that 24-pounder. Okay, I'm tempted to use a From the People on the Churchill, but I'm actually not that afraid of it right now. I think instead what I'm going to do is use my Ural Factories on the 13th. See what we get. Ooh, we get a bonus 6 guards, so that's great. In this case, we're actually just going to wait and sit on what we have. We will strafe the Churchill. Oh, that was dumb, because it has a heavy armor. Why didn't you guys tell me that? I'm such a dope. We're still feeling okay, though, so pass the turn back. That was a little silly. Shouldn't have done that. So waiting to see what Daniel's up to. All right, so they're mulling it over here. That's pretty. They're probably like, man, what a dope running an I-15 into a heavy armor unit. But c'est la vie. Good thing is now we can, if we can get this Churchill out of the way, we can trade off. All right, so they play a cup of tea instead. Interesting. All right, we got a bonus 6 guards, so can we use that? We can't really use them just yet. Well, we got to get rid of the artillery piece, but hang on. I want to get a 5th guard or a T-34 out there as well, but I don't think it's going to work. I kind of got to wait till next turn to do that. So, all right, let's do a From the People on the artillery piece. Could have gone From the People on the Churchill and hoped to hit the artillery piece, but I didn't want to risk it. I kind of want to hold on to our other From the People. I want to hold on to our Ural Factories. So let's just pass the turn. I want to use the Ural Factories in the I-15, but it's much better to, use it on the 6th Airborne. So. All right, so I'll see what Daniel's got going. That was pretty much like just a pass back and forth on the last hand. All right, so they have the 9.2-inch coastal gun, which is very good and very scary for us. We drew a Crusader, which doesn't help us out all that much. Can we get through this Churchill? Well, that coastal gun's going to cause us some problems. Well, let's get the attack for 0 in. And let's upgrade those Cossacks. See what we pick up. Alright, so we get the bomber. That's what I was a little bit afraid of. It doesn't really do anything. It's going to get smoked. Let's get a T-34 out there. Just because the T-34 is a nice big fat target. And if they leave this bomber alone, it's going to cause problems. See if that's what they do. I would imagine they're going to blow it away, though. And we don't mind them picking up some HQ. That's fine. Because we can handle that. The T-34 is actually a bigger threat than the bomber was, though. For our opponent, at least. Right now, we're just holding this Crusader. Hopefully, we can find something to use it with. Alright, we get to draw a card off of that, so that's great. If they move up the Churchill, even better. Sure, that's fantastic. We'll take that. Now we can get a strafing run in here at the coastal gun. Or we can, well, we'll probably from the people the coastal gun first to see if we can snag it with a commando. Alright, so our opponent turns our turn back. Okay, great, because now we can go Crusader and the convoy. Let's do the from the people first, though. See if we can snag the last point of damage on it. We don't. But now we can go with the Crusader and the convoy. And now let's see. We'll spin the wheel again, and we do. We get the coastal gun, which is really good. We drew a bonus card off the Crusader. They have one Churchill out there. We have more cards. We're feeling much better now. All of our units trade off with this Churchill, so let's see what they got. Alright, so they pin our T-34 again. Good play. And let's see, that's a 40 mil. Alright, so that's a problem for sure. And a cup of tea too, huh? Good plays by our opponent here. Well, let's see. We can go. We're gonna do. Because what I'm thinking is we're gonna go 2 in the attack from our I-16 on something, and then we're gonna blow up this Churchill with one of our tanks. But who are we going to do 3 damage to? Because this one takes us out. This is +2 attack against air units anyway. So we're probably going to lose this T-34, but we got to do some damage first. So let's do... let's soften up that one. Alright, then we get our T-34 out there. Let's take out the Churchill. And pass the turn back. So now we have 2 T-34s they have to deal with, plus more friends on the way. And we have our engine set up with our Commandos and our Crusader. So they snag one of their T-34s. But they can't pin this one again, hopefully, unless they have another artillery piece. Alright, so they have another 9.2. We're not too afraid of that just yet, though. Excuse me. I'm going to play another cup of tea. That'd be a good play here. Alright, another cup of tea. Good play. Okay, so let's see. We got to do some serious wreckage to our opponent here. First off, we got to get our T-34 into the front line. And I think we're going to, yep, we're definitely going to take out this 17-pounder because our T-34 survives that. Then we're going to upgrade the T-34. See what we get. Alright, we get a field gun. Not what we wanted. A little disappointing there, but let's get a couple of rifle regiments out there. And they're down to 1 card, and our HQ is nice and healthy. So, I mean, even these artillery pieces, we have good pressure on them. So, Plus we have blitz tanks that can get in there. Okay, so a sudden strike takes out our commandos. Okay. And our, wow, I mean, I guess that's a bonus of the field gun. It pinned everything that they had out there. So that's great. All right, let's move up these rifle regiments. Then we can drop our first of our 6th Airborne Guards. So we got lucky that we got to have a bonus 6th Airborne Guards in our deck because of the one rifle, or those rifle regiments going down. So that's great. So we're going to lose this T-34. We can't upgrade it, unfortunate, but we are in very good position to keep threatening our opponent and everything they have going on. Maybe we could have done some damage to their HQ earlier in this one with some of our tanks, but I'm okay with where we are right now. That's still pinned from that field gun. That field gun did, I didn't know that it did that much work, so that's great. Let's do, let's soften up the 9.2 with a bloody sickle. Alright, so more commandos, that's great. Let's go with a commando and then a Siberian transfer. Let's move our T-34 up, take out the cannon. Then let's take out the 2-pounder. Move up our 6 guards and attack the HQ. And that might be it for our opponent. They might be done at this point. We'll see what happens. Alright, so a Pack 36 for our opponent. That's not going to get the job done. We're going to attack the HQ, attack the Pack 36, see what we draw. A Cossacks, so that's great. Put them out, move them up, attack, and then we're also going to put out another T-34. And it really comes down to our opponent's top deck here, and there's really very few cards that can bring them all the way back. Carpet bombing would help them out a lot, but we would get to draw a card off of our 13th Rifle Regiment. We'd still have a couple of 5-power units out there, so that's going to do it for our opponent. They take out one of ours, and we get up to 2-0 with Sacrifice Commandos. Back for the third one, just a little bit. All right, back up here against Freddie Marty for the third one of our Sacrifice Commandos build here. We'll throw back those 6 guards. We don't need them. Siberian Transfer and Ural Factories is a nice little combo to have, so we'll keep that. Bloody Sickle and a Commando is also very good. Nothing from our opponent to start, so we'll just pass it right back. We'll take the card draw. Alright, so another turn pass there. Since we can't use the Bloody Sickle, we're going to pass. See what our opponent's up to, if we can find it. Okay, so they have a Cossacks. Okay, and we have a Crusader, so I think we're gonna go Commando and a Bloody Sickle. Get our card draw, extra damage. We have, if we lose this Commando, we have 2 more coming with it. We could upgrade it, but 3 for the British, there's not much there. I mean, there's plenty of units there. It's just if this Commando did a damage and soaked up a sudden strike, that's great. All right, so these Cossacks, we gotta get them out of here. So I think we might actually take one more on the chin from those Cossacks. Yeah, everything here we want to hold on to. So we're going to pass the turn. There's a little bit of a risk here on 4 for passing the turn and not doing anything. But we only take 3 more, and our opponent didn't do anything, so that's fantastic. Because now we're going to go Siberian Transfer. Attack the Cossacks. And then we're going to upgrade that T-34 right away and get a new T-34 that's very, very good. So we're a little hurting on HQ there. We kind of gave 3 points of damage away, and they chew us up with a hammer, but I'm still feeling okay. We need some help, a little bit of help, but not a ton. Let's see. Let's go with Commando. Okay, Commando goes down. Another Commando, though. Alright, so now that risk might come back and bite us. So we get another attack in. If they have a... Okay, a From the People's fine. Okay. So now we can at least get rid of this 13th Rifle Regiment with our T-34. That's helpful. But if they have any blitz tanks here, and the Soviets certainly have blitz tanks, we could be in trouble. Alright, tactical strike takes out our T-34, but it did its job. Okay, interesting. A 6th Naval Brigade there. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of breathing room, we're going to play a Crusader and a Night Raid. Hopefully take out this brigade. We don't, which is disappointing, but we have lots of orders now that hopefully can do that. And since it's infantry, we don't have to worry about it as much. Alright, there's a blitz tank. That's what we were worried about. Okay, so it's looking a little bleak right now, but we can do some things. So the hammer first. Alright, come on, Commandos. You got to take those guys out. Well, we don't really have much of a choice. We actually have to From the People that. And let's go I-15. And if they have another T-34, they're the champion. And there they go. They won it. Good on our opponent there. Good on our opponent. They didn't mess around. They beat us. They won that, definitely. I'm kind of gave it up. They are not making a play on turn 4. That was probably silly. I probably should have taken out those Cossacks. So that was my mistake. But it shows kind of what the decision making in this deck is. So let's just go right into the wrap up here with Sacrifice Commandos. Made a mistake there in game 3. We probably could have made a nice rally. We are starting to turn the corner a little bit, but they came in there with a blitz tank, and sometimes when you make a wrong decision on turns 3 or 4, that's what happens with these kind of decks that are very synergistic and also need to win a little bit later in the game. So made a little bit of a mistake there, but you could see how the deck works really well in those games. These T-34s are really good, and just be careful with them. They can make a big difference, and especially the T-34-85. Make sure you get at least a card back out of that. And then stuff like the 6 Airborne Guards or the Siberian Transfer, some of the elites, the Red Banner, you can take those out. Red Banner, we didn't even play it in the games that we recorded, and the 6 Airborne Guards, you can pick them up when sometimes you blow up your own 13th Rifle Regiment. The Siberian Transfer, if you just want to throw almost any Soviet tank in that role, it'll be fine. The Siberian Transfer is kind of just there to bridge the gap a little bit. And if you have maybe a T-70 or even an Su-76M, it can fill a very similar role to the Siberian Transfer. So that's kind of how you downgrade that spot. Never ran into a problem with the convoy. Maybe you want to go 2 and 2 between convoys and Desert Rats. That's up to you as the pilot. But that's Sacrifice Commandos, and another effective one here on Commandos Week. So thanks for hanging out, and we will be back with more Commandos in a little bit. Thanks for hanging out. And one more thing before we go. Please consider supporting us on Patreon and following and sharing with the podcast and all the content we make on the website. It's very, very much appreciated. Thank you guys. You rock and roll. We'll see you in the next one.